I don't have a niche. I don't have a niche. And apparently that's like a crime in the content creator world. If you've been watching my channel since like 2010, you probably noticed it. I started with singing covers. Then suddenly I was traveling and vlogging about different countries. Then there was that phase of motivation content, and then freelance tips. And now it's a lot of day in my life content, and combine all of that with, well, literally whatever I'm interested in that week. So every time I open TikTok, there's some business guru telling me I need to pick one thing and stick to it forever. But I've been interested in like 17 different things over the years, and they change all the time. So, if you're a multi-passionate person who is tired of feeling bad about not fitting in a box, this one is for you. So, grab your drink of choice, get comfy, and let's talk about our Nicheless chaos. Oh, and before we dive in, if this sounds like your kind of content, smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell. Although I cannot promise what kind of content I'm going to be posting next week. Okay, so now let's get into it. Okay, so let's talk about this whole niche situation. If you're not familiar with the term, basically a niche is a specialized segment of the market for a particular kind of content. It's like cooking vegan desserts specifically, or restoring vintage furniture, or reviewing tech gadgets that cost under $50. The standard advice is that you should pick one of these very specific area and become known as the person for that thing. And there are some very good reasons why these advice exist. First, it helps the algorithm to understand what your content is about, so it can recommend it to the right people. And second is give viewers a clear expectations of what they will get when they subscribe to your channel. And third, it's position you as an expert in something specific rather than a generalist in many things. And look, I totally get it. The advice makes perfect sense for some people. But what if you're just not wired that way? Let me tell you a little story. When I first started my channel back in 2010, it was all about singing. I posted covers, singing. I was basically a music channel, and people subscribed for that. And then I stopped posting for a few years. Then in like 2022, I got super into traveling. I was fortunate enough to visit some amazing places and naturally started vlogging about it. My subscribers were probably like, wait, what happened to the singing? But I was just sharing what I was just passionate about at the moment. And then came the motivation phase. I was going through some personal growth and just wanted to share what I was learning. And then the freelance content when I started working for myself. And now it's a mix of day in a life, random interests, and occasionally circling back to music whenever I feel inspired. So each time I pivoted, I feel really guilty. Like I was breaking some unwritten YouTube rule. Like I was letting my subscribers down by not staying in the lane. I kept thinking that I need to delete all the old videos that didn't fit anymore. Or maybe start a whole new channel for each interest. Maybe you have experienced something similar? That feeling of being so scattered. Too interested in too many things. Like you're somehow broken because you can't just pick already. Well, I'm here to tell you that you are not broken, and so am I. You might just be what experts call multi-passionate, or what I like to call chronically curious. So what does it mean to be multi-passionate? Basically, it means you have multiple, often unrelated interests that you're genuinely excited about. Like how I went from singing to travel to motivational to freelance to lifestyle content. And it's actually a pretty amazing trait to have. Multi-passionate people all tend to be creative and really good at making connection between different fields. We get excited easily. We're constantly learning new things and will bring fresh perspective to whatever we're working on. There's actually a great book about this called Refuse to Choose by Barbara Sher, where she calls people like us scanners, people who are genetically wired to be interested in many things. She argued that it's not a flaw, it's a different kind of intelligence. But about niches, some of the biggest creators on this platform don't actually have a traditional niche. They have something else instead. They have a unique perspective, or a consistent vibe, or a particular way of seeing the world that's come through no matter what topic they are covering. Think about it. Some of your favorite creators might talk about completely different topic from video to video, but you still watch them because you are connected to their personality, their humor, their way of explaining things, or their overall aesthetic. And that's make me thinking, maybe my niche isn't a topic, maybe it's me. My specific way of looking at things, my energy, my perspective, the connections I make between interests. The fact that my viewer got me evolve from singing to traveling to freelancing and to whatever I am now. So how do you know if you're multi-passionate like me? Here are some signs that might feel painfully familiar. Number 1, you have like 20 unfinished projects going at the same time. Your browser has like 17 tabs open, all about different topics. And your Amazon wish list is basically a chaos museum of random interests. 2, you get super excited about new hobbies. Dive in head first, buy all the equipment. And then sometimes your interests fade and you move on to the next things. Your closet is basically a graveyard of abandoned things. Anyone else had an ukulele that they have played for 2 months? 3, you find impossible to answer the questions, what do? You start rambling about all your different projects and interests, and people's eyes just glaze over. 4, the idea of doing the same thing every day over and over again make you want to scream into the pillow. You need variety. You need to keep learning and exploring. And number 5, you often feel misunderstood or like there's something wrong with you because you just can't focus the way others seem to. So if you're nodding your head right now, or if you feel personal attack, welcome to the club. There's actually a lot of us out there. And look, I'm not saying there aren't challenges that come with being multi-passionate. It can be harder to build a consistent audience. It might take longer to grow. And yeah, the algorithm might be a little confused about who to show your content to, but is it impossible to succeed without a traditional niche? Absolutely not. So here's what I've just figuring out after years of beating myself up about not having a niche, and I just have to share with you guys. What you actually need isn't a niche in a traditional sense. What you need is a through line. So what is a through line? It's the common thread that connects all your seemingly unrelated interests. It's what makes your content recognized as yours, even if you're talking about different topics. For some people, their through line is their sense of humor. They bring the same comedic style to whatever they are talking about. For others, it's their aesthetic, a consistent visual style, or editing approach. For others, it's the value, or the lens through which they see the world. For me, I realized that my through line is how I approach my interests with genuine passion and share my journey honestly. Whether I'm singing a song, showing my travel adventures, talking about freelance life, or just taking you through my day, there's an authenticity and excitement that always stay the same. And there's also a storytelling element. I've always loved sharing stories, whether through songs, travel vlogs, or day in my life content. And once I figured that out, I stopped trying to force myself into a topical niche and started leaning into my natural way of creating. And guess what? My content, it actually get better for me, because it still means nothing if comparing in numbers. Because I was making video that I was genuinely excited about, not just what I thought I should be making. Okay, so if you like, yes, that's me, I'm multi-passionate. So now what? So if you want to know more about the practical tips for nicheless creators, hit subscribe because I'll be talking about that in my next video. So thank you for watching. Bye!